No, it has been seen in the last 70 years because of the faulty policies of the previous governments. A major chunk of population was deprived from the benefits of the democracy. And monetary class plays a major role. I see this proposal as to be a non-biased, neutral proposition for religion, caste, gender, capabilities, and also from which family you come from. It is age neutral as well as. There is only one distinction in this, that is the class. If your financials are less than 8 lakh rupees, if you are deprived, if you have nots, you have been financially backward. And I think that will cover all the people who were suffering, who were demanding that they should be given some kind of respite, be it be Gujars in Rajasthan, be it be Patels in Gujarat, or be it be Maratha in Maharashtra. All these brothers of ours who were feeling little bit of, not been part of the mainstream democratic process, probably that will be there. This is a perfect example of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. And here we don't see what is your surname, we don't see what is your religion, we don't see which gender you come from, we don't see which region you come from. It's purely on the basis of if you are have not and you need some kind of help from the government. I think that. So most awaited, the real crux of the democracy. When you are in democracy and you are representing the people, what you do is you put in the efforts which are good for the people. We have put the first best foot where we have identified those people who are suffering because they are less than 8 lakh rupees per annum income, irrespective of their caste, creed, gender, age or their religion. Now here I'm very sure all those progressive parties, all those parties who believe in real development will support this particular bill. If a party opposes this particular bill, then they are exposed. That means they are not with the poor. They are showing their back. I personally believe poverty is a great equalizer. Poverty does not ask you what is your religion. Poverty does not ask you what is your caste, or poverty does not ask you what is your gender. I think it is our duty to help people who are marginalized, and that may be the reason why Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar talked about reservation that time. Probably one of the reason who were socially isolated were also economically isolated. But today we see one thing, people may not be socially isolated, but they are economically isolated. And economic isolation is also equally the same pain like a social isolation. So probably this is a good equalizer. This has been identified. Why talk about in isolation Jat, some Gujar or Maratha or Baniyas, Marwadis, Gujaratis, Muslims, Hindus? Let us identify them by class. Those who are poor, those
Vinit?
who have financial difficulty, they should be helped. And I think this is duty of the government.
Right.
And government has put this forward. And those who oppose this particular bill, they have to go and face the people. See, one, let me tell you, in democracy, parliament is supreme and there is an amendment by 2/3 majority. Then there are two types of amendment. One which gets 2/3 majority, that is a special majority, and it has been done. Another which requires a ratification from the state assembly. Now what it will follow, I think the legal experts can tell you. One, A. B. One of the panelists said here that only 10 or 15% of the people fall above 8 lakh rupees. That itself says that there is a population which is less than 90% of the population falls under below the income of 8 lakh rupees. What was the original idea? Why did we introduce reservation for anybody, whether it is for caste or whether it is for people with special needs? The idea was, if there is a marginal guy, if there is somebody who is have not, who has been deprived, he should get some kind of stimulus which will help him to come to the next layer. Now there are 90% of the people, which includes already 50% of the population which is getting benefited. So you have to remove that 50% of the people. Now there are 40% of the people who are not more than 8 lakh rupees, and I think this is justified help for them, and let them also grow up. I'll tell you one simple example. In your studio right now, you are there and there may be a person who is handling camera. He may not be getting 8 lakh rupees. Don't you feel his children should come and sit in your place tomorrow after 5 years or 10 years? So I think we all responsible for that. I would be happy if somebody is sitting in front of me who is not earning 8 lakh rupees comes and sits in my place. That will be the real happiness. That will be the day when the democracy will be achieved. So what will so none of the political parties have a courage to say that, no, we only want a reservation for Muslims, we only want reservation for that. But I think rather than all that, see, this is a very positive stimulus. We all can help our people, our brothers and sisters who are deprived because they are economically backward. Economical backward leads to non-opportunities. In the last 46 minutes of this debate, I would like to tell you, I've been focusing on what is the need of the reservation for the economically backward class and also the benefits of this. And I've been talking about facts and the data. Whereas my two colleagues from BSP and Congress and Samajwadi Party, all the three of them, are trying to remind me that I will not get votes, this will not impact the voters. Well, we have not done with the focus of elections. We have done it for the benefit of the common man. Let me remind them. Last year in 2017, there were new additions of 82 lakh in EPF. Why would somebody enroll in EPF if he has not got a new job? He does only when he gets a job. So 82 lakh, do you want to say that there are fake people who have enrolled themselves in PF?
No.
So I don't know. They can go and check. And then let me
No,
also remind
no.
them there is a jump of 5.42 crore new income tax filing. The total income tax jump has happened 71% of 4%. Do you want to say unemployed people will file income tax? So there is a jump. Yes. But on the same
Yeah.
time, as I said, there is a majority
Okay.
people who are deprived of the benefits of the democracy. So it is our duty to bring them up. Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. So what we thought is that I have not spoken the last
Okay.
47 minutes even once that we are trying to target one particular vote or something like that. So let me remind all these three political parties, please talk on
Right.
merits. Don't always talk about
Okay.
political incentives. They are talking about political incentives. They are trying to tell us we will see sand.
Okay.
We see sand, this country will
All
not
right.
have good days, because this is the only 4 years which were honest years where we had a daring to put in
Okay.
GST,
Okay.
bring every
Yeah.
taxes under one, subsuming 17
Huh.
taxes. Do you want to say it requires courage? This cannot be
Okay,
done by
okay.
some baby doll who is a middle school dropout and comes and does not understand the economics of this country.